Hi, everybody. This is Carmen Alana Tibbetts, and I am joining you from the Agosia Art Studio. I know that it's been a long time since I've posted anything on social media, and what can I say? This has been a difficult and distracting year. Originally, I had thought that 2020 was going to be a sabbatical year for me, and I was going to take some time and not do any art fairs, not do any traveling, and really buckle down and focus on some other skills that I wanted to develop and start some new projects. Well, when I look back at this past year, it didn't turn out anything like I thought it would. It's been um, difficult and distracting and kind of odd. I have to admit, personally, I have not been affected very much by COVID. I'm very lucky. Um, my family is doing okay. But like many people, I work from home. My husband works from home now, and that takes up a lot more mental energy than usual. And that sort of thing has really affected my work process here in the studio. So, all of the things that I wanted to do professionally as an artist have just been put by the wayside. I did start and complete one project. And so I want to take a minute and thank all of the people who tested patterns for me this year. So, one thing that I thought was going to be fun and a little bit quirky and quick, which it wasn't, was to come up with some new sewing patterns for other people because I know a lot of people want to do their own thing, which is fantastic. So I designed these little birds. They're my favorite egg shape, and I did 10 different species. This is the barn owl. And my idea was that they're going to be door stops. So here's one that has the handle, and you just plunk it down, you put weight in it, it has weight in it. And I thought, okay, this is something I like door stops. I thought maybe other people would like door stops. And if not, you could just make a simple little stuffed bird. I did the patterns, did the designs, sent it out to the testers, and they absolutely hated the layout of the pattern that I had. I always like to give people as many options as possible, and people didn't want lots of options. It was just too confusing, too overwhelming for people, and so I had to go back and redo everything. That was a very humbling experience to think that you have some idea and it's the most wonderful, exciting, fantastic thing, and then people come back and they're like, nope, not so much. So thank you to everybody. I redid everything. And so these are now available as patterns on Etsy. But it was difficult. I thought it was going to just be a relatively 2-month process, and it turned out to be, whew, I think in the end, like 8 or 9 months of work, going back and forth and editing and doing all of the photography and the drawing and resewing and all of that. So there was that just took up a huge amount of time, which I didn't expect. And then because I was doing all of that, I wanted to finish that. I didn't get to any of the new things. And, I'm not even in a mindset where I can think about the things that I had intended for 2020. As far as the whole art fair and gallery thing is going right now, things are not looking good. There are a lot of art fairs that are sending out application requests for artists, but I have decided that I'm not going to do any of that in 2021 just because I need to take time away from traveling to get stuff done here in the studio. And I didn't get stuff done this year, so it gets pushed forward. Um, Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen to the whole art fair scene going forward. And of course, galleries are having a very difficult time now. So if you have a local gallery in your town or nearby, please, please take some time and support your local gallery. Purchase things from them. Not only are you helping to support a valuable local business, but you are supporting the artists whose work is in that gallery. So it's a very important thing to keep those going. And most small galleries now are struggling because the art scene is not made up of that higher tier of people who are paying, ultra mega prices for things. The majority of the art scene is made up by small businesses and business owners who are working, just getting a little bit of money here and there, trickles, and it makes a difference. So a lot of these places have started doing online things. So if your local gallery does something online, please support your gallery this holiday season when you're thinking of gifts. It makes a difference. So I don't know what's going to happen in terms of my gallery support. I know that probably about half of the galleries have let me know that they are struggling and they don't know if they're going to continue. So as a professional artist, I don't know what's going to happen with that going forward into the future. So, it's hard because I do make a living as an artist, so I have to sell things and trying to come up with new ideas for things, and it's kind of a depressing time. But people are relying on you as an artist to come up with fresh ideas and something new and interesting because people really need to see those positive things these days. So I know that I have been really bad about posting videos this year. I just haven't been working on stuff that I can show you. So I thought, okay, well, next year I am going to do something different, but I am also running out of storage space here in the gallery. So it has to be something a little bit smaller scale. And I know a lot of you like to see my doll videos in terms of techniques and watching something from start to finish. So I thought I would do something like that, but on a slightly smaller scale. So what I'm going to do is something different. I focus on the species that are native to my home, which is the Sonoran and Chihuahuan deserts of Arizona, New Mexico, and northern Mexico. And I've really focused mainly on animals, which is very unfair to all the plant life out there. So for 2021, what I'm going to do is a series of dolls featuring the native plants of those two regions. So I'm going to do 20 dolls. So I'm going to choose 10 species that I'll come up with, I'll make a list, and then I'm going to throw out the other 10 to all of you. So it has to be something that is native to Arizona, New Mexico, or northern Mexico, not something that was brought in like a tumbleweed. Nope, that's no good. Okay, and not something made up either. It has to be a real plant. So it can be a flower, it can be a tree, it can be some kind of shrub, that's fine. I'm just going to throw that out there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some smaller dolls. So let me take a second and wheel over here. So this is one of my smaller dolls, and this is a mouse, obviously. So it's a little bit simpler pattern from the usual thing. And when I make these guys, they have this very simple little jacket. So what's going to happen is I'm going to come up with a basic body. It's not going to be an animal head like this. It'll probably be some generic head. And then the entire doll will be embellished to represent that plant species. So that might have something to do with maybe something on the little coat or jacket, or it could be embellishment on the arms or legs and or head. So we'll see. So within the next month or so, I will post my idea for the 10 species that I'm choosing. And then I'm going to throw this out there to you. So we'll see what you guys come up with. And I will choose 10 of your choices to work on next year. And so what I'll be doing then is posting videos of the design process and then actually creating the embellishments to represent those plant species. So that's coming up for 2021. And I promise I will be better about getting more videos. And let's look forward to positive things in the future. I think it all boils down to what we can do as individuals to make things better and to listen to one another and be mindful of one another, be kind to one another, support one another, and be creative and positive and try and do good things. Some of us have to try really hard for that, but we can do it. We can. So here's to the future, and I will be posting again soon. Until then, see you later.